Welcome back to Nutrition Kitchen. I'm Queen Afua, and this is part two of your Wellness in Nutrition Kitchen, where food is medicine and food transforms body, mind, and spirit. So, I'm going to give you a few pointers on what to do to continue on your quest of wellness. We left off at our protein choices because that seemed to be always the challenge. Well, what am I gonna have if I'm not gonna have beef, pork, goat, lamb? I remember I talked to you about your texturized vegetable protein, your TVP. There's TVP chicken, TVP turkey, TVP beef. For those who need that heavy feeling as a transition. So nobody's left out in the equation. And then some of you say, well, I've got to have my fish. Well, guess what? Seaweed. If you actually, this is where the power is. It's in the seaweed. This is from the ocean. This is the vegetables from the ocean. It's like the other fish. Now you take this seaweed and you can just eat it as is, like chips. It's fun. High in zinc, potassium, magnesium. So it's feeding the body nutrition. And you can juice yourself some carrots and use the carrot pulp, chop up and tear up your seaweed right into the dish with some eggless mayonnaise and my favorite oil, cold pressed olive oil, lubrication. Blend that all together, put some onions and some peppers, red peppers, the yellow peppers, the green peppers. Marinate it for 30 minutes. You have a tuna. Come to class. We'll go deep on that recipe. Anyway, that's where your seaweed, that's the flavor of fish. So if you want that fish flavor, get the seaweed and get the minerals. Let me just go over tofu is another one. For those who said, well, tofu is not all great press on tofu, but tofu is a transition. It's a transition for those who are eating beef, pork, goat, lamb. And tofu is very helpful. You just have a small portion of that and not in the morning, in the midday, and in the evening. So it's a small amount to transition you to higher frequency of your protein choices, which will be then your sprouts, your nuts, your beans, your lentils, your peas. It's a wide range of proteins, and I show you that in my nutrition kitchen with the food frequency chart. The higher up you go in the frequency of your proteins, fats, and oils, your sweets, the healthier your body will be. You'll have optimal wellness. Okay, let me go to one of my favorites that has been in my life, in my family's life for the last 15 years. No, actually, after 25 years. The rejuvenation clay, using a wooden spoon to take it out. And you say, now, what are you going to do with this clay? Well, there's two ways. The first, remember the first tape? I talked about taking it internally. Well, if you have a number of health concerns, aches and pains everywhere, it will help and serve you to put in a drink and it will go through the whole system at one time. But if you want to localize this wellness, this is still food. Did you know that this is still food? Food for the body, goes into the skin. Well, you have your gauze, right? And with your gauze, or you can use a whitewash cloth. And most people are suffering, like once you hit about 35 years old, the pain starts kicking in from all that sugar and that white flour product and fast foods. So you may need to put on your knees or elbows or hands or your wrists, and then you put tape to keep it in place overnight. And while you're sleeping, the clay is working. It's going right into that organ that is congested, pulling the poisons out and putting the minerals in. How helpful is nature? Nature is a blessing. Now, we didn't go over the master herbal. That name came because it has 13 different herbs to address the liver, the kidney, the gallbladder, the spleen. All of your organs get a chance to detox because sickness is about two things, bottom line. One is malnourishment. If you're malnourished, your body becomes weakened. You get infections, you get colds, you get aches. Or the other part of it is you get toxic from the junk food and the microwave food and the processed food and the late night eating. All that causes toxic accumulation. Well, these 13 herbs, from alfalfa to mullein to dandelion to echinacea, all of these herbs together help to detoxify all your body's systems. How do you prepare it? Well, if you're at your desk at the job, you get a nice little teapot, inconspicuous but quite sweet. 1 cup of hot water. Put that in. I already have the master herbal in. About a teaspoon of the herb that it's steeped for 30 minutes. So while you're on the phone, while you're on the computer, while you're talking, you just pour your cup in 30 minutes later, an hour later, and you have your master herbal on the job. So you're healing all day long. I'm gonna take a healing break. Tea time. Oh, I feel so good about this healing, don't you? Can you feel it? All right. So that is going to keep you fortified. That is your winter rising. Now, for those who need extra boosting and support, you see these two charts, they're going to go to work. They need to go into your kitchen, set it up by your juicer, by your blender. So when you go shopping, you're shopping with consciousness, with intelligence. So you can see on one side you have the low frequency foods, and then you have the choices. Instead of the white rice, the brown rice. Instead of the white pasta that's going to cause constipation or rickets, you get the vegetable pasta. So you have choices. That's what that's all about. And then I take you through your liquid and solid meals. Liquid and solid breakfast, liquid and solid lunch, and liquid and solid dinner. Now you are living optimally. You also have the 4 food groups. You have those who are flexitarian, who moved away from the heavier proteins, the beef, the pork, the goat, the lamb, and move into chicken and fish as a transition. Get organic chicken, eat it in the middle of the day, remove the skin, take all your greens and your whole grains, and that will bring all that waste out. Don't eat those heavy proteins at nighttime because you'll wake up with all that still in your colon causing constipation. Did you know that cancer of the colon is the second highest form of cancer in the United States? Why? Because our body's becoming a garbage disposal and we're just dumping food in. Emotional eaters overcome. When you are nutricized, you don't eat sporadically. You don't eat crazy. You eat with balance and with harmony, and you eat with purpose. So that food really does what it came to do, which is to rejuvenate, cleanse, and give you a well life. And you know what? When you take care of your body, everybody else will take better care of you too. It's reflection. And so that's Nutrition Kitchen. The other side of Nutrition Kitchen are the food frequencies. Bring that all together with healthy eating, liquid and solid meals, and you are rejuvenated. So I just want to thank you for coming back into Nutrition Kitchen. May this stimulate you to come deeper into your healing. I have 2 books to support everything that I've said today. One is The City of Wellness. I wrote this book about 4 years ago. The City of Wellness, Restoring Your Health to the 7 Kitchens of Consciousness. Inside of this book, there are over 250 recipes of delicious eating, delicious drinking, all for food is medicine. This work has been founded from Heal Thyself for health and longevity. I wrote this book years ago because, like many who are seeking wellness, I had to heal myself. And after walking this journey for some time, after healing myself and others joined me on the journey, I wrote a book just for you. So with these 2 books and these 2 charts and your CD, the 21 Days into Wellness, Food is Medicine, you have the power now to heal yourself and all your relations. Have a happy Nutrition Kitchen. Thank you for inviting me to your home.
Yeah, all I'm saying is,
Okay, done.